Ajete Mawuwe, now 53 years, began his fishing career at the tender age of 7. However, he decided to retire from fishing about 10 years ago, putting away his boat and net for good.
7 years. After my father's passing at age 7, I was cared for by various people, which led me to learn fishing. I grew up in Kwame Krom and later Yeji, both places with strong winds and waves. In Yeji, the weather was particularly unpredictable, with sudden rainstorms. To survive, we had to act quickly, often abandoning our nets and flee into safety, hoping to return another day with the means to replace our lost gear.
Ajete explains that the traditional weather forecasting methods they relied on were no longer effective due to shift in weather patterns. He shares challenges faced as a result, including close calls and difficult experiences on the water. However, things have improved significantly.
Although radio announcements warn of approaching rainstorms, many fisher folks like myself don't have access to radio sets or ignored the warnings, putting us at risk. However, the introduction of weather forecast has significantly reduced accidents on the lake, as those who do listen can take necessary precautions.
Okay.
I've spent the last 30 years working on this lake. My fishing journey began when I was just 6 years old, learning from my father. Growing up, we didn't have access to radio sets, so our fathers relied on traditional methods to predict weather changes. Whenever they sense a change in weather, we would promptly seek shelter in a nearby community to ensure our safety.
36-year-old Kofi Yamba and his fellow fishermen are no longer taking risks by relying on unpredictable weather conditions. They credit Ghana Meteorological Agency's weather forecast for providing more accurate and reliable information, allowing them to make informed decisions and stay safe on the water.
The weather forecast on the radio has been incredibly helpful to me. For instance, I recall a recent occasion when I was heading to the farm and heard a forecast on the radio warning of heavy rain. I promptly decided to return home, and sure enough, it rained. The timely warning allowed me to avoid getting caught in the downpour. Radio weather forecasts have saved us from water-related disasters. Staying informed with reliable weather information and acting on it can help you stay one step ahead of potential dangers and avoid being caught off guard.
Ebia nsuo bi betimi amuna mfroma nkwa na ebe nsuo na yede ento nti se wote information no na wodi so a mengi di se accident beto se one the accident betimi aba sana ete.
In May 2023, a tragic incident occurred at Fana Wiaboma, an island community in the Gas South municipality of the Greater Accra region, when a canoe carrying school children returning from school capsized, resulting in the deaths of at least 9 children. The canoe was being paddled by a 12-year-old student who claimed he could navigate the river safely. In a separate incident in September 2023, 2 fishing canoes capsized while attempting to enter the Volta River, leaving crew members missing. It has been 2 years since the last canoe accident in Dagbani, but residents still remember the devastating loss of a woman's life, although her child was rescued. Kofi shares his account of this heartbreaking event.
Andrew 2 years Quran accident to be crasiwa. Eno kra e oba ni akwada kituwa bi
It's been less than 2 years since the devastating canoe accident happened here, resulting in the tragic death of a woman while her 12-year-old child was fortunate enough to be rescued. I'm unsure if they were unaware of the weather forecast or not, but it's a sobering reminder of the importance of staying informed about weather conditions.
And our TV, I say, and our markers, and Sue, a bit me I am from a bit me about our dear so the back corner there, and no dear Azent Beba.
And I'll pay my memo weather a reporter, Yensa Country Ghana Meteorological Agency for a hold we set off fit of it. There's one tears and our call.
OTFM has been a trustworthy source of weather updates for the fishing community. The host of the morning show, Israel Tosu, emphasizes their commitment to keeping residents informed about weather changes, helping them stay prepared and safe in the face of unpredictable weather patterns.
We've been doing the weather forecast reporting every morning. We've been served by the Ghana Meteorological Services every morning 6 a.m. About the precipitation of the day, that's morning, afternoon, evening, and sometimes when there will be changes, they normally update us. It has been very helpful for our farmers and fisher folks. It helps them to know when to go to fishing or not. It also helps them when to go to farming and when to cultivate this and that, when there will be rain or there will be no rain. Sometimes when we fail to broadcast it or inform them, some of them even call the studio personally to request for the weather update. So I would say it has been very helpful and it helps them in their day-to-day activities.
Because before we are able to even come out with our predictions, we analyze a lot of data. We look at other models, weather charts pertaining to the marine space, and we use some of this data that are observed. Okay, they are not predicted, that are observed to we combine them with other let me say satellite data. These are ground data. We measure them with our machines that have been installed with other satellites observed data, and we assimilate them and we are able to come up with the models which aids in our forecasting.
Marine meteorologist at the Ghana Meteorological Agency, Thomas Bani, says their goal is to connect scientific knowledge with community needs, making a positive impact, one weather alert at a time.
After we have come up with the analysis and we've developed the forecast, we send the products out. We have various institutions who serve as, let's say, the medium of communication to those who live along the coastline or also work within the marine space. For instance, when we issue the daily forecast, we issue them and we send them to the national body of the Canoe Owners and Fishing GS Association of Ghana. We have the national body, we disseminate the information to them, they take up the information, they also share it on their platforms. Ghana Maritime Authority receives our daily advisory. Ports and Harbors receives. Some of the media houses, or let me say the media outlets along the coast also receive our information. And every individual who works within the marine space can even use the USSD code *920*88#. You follow the prompts and you'll be able to have the information that day. We have a tall mailing list that also receive. So the various stakeholders receive the information.
By providing timely and accurate weather information, Thomas says they aim to empower communities to make informed decisions and stay safe in the face of changing weather conditions.
Because we issue out that forecast every day on daily basis. We issue it in the morning, in the afternoon, and also in the evening. We give them updates regularly because of the storms that usually give them problems when they are navigating.
As the demand for ocean resources and marine activities has increased, accurate marine weather forecasting has become crucial. The ocean provides a wealth of resources, including food, transportation, minerals, petroleum, and biodiversity. To harness these resources safely and responsibly, it is essential to have reliable information on ocean conditions and weather patterns at sea, preventing losses and ensuring the protection of lives and assets. Thomas says, knowledge of wind patterns, sea currents, and other weather-related factors help sailors determine the most efficient and safest routes for their journeys.
Yeah, it becomes safe to activities when tides are high. It becomes dangerous when the waves are also high, because one, if the water levels are high and the waves are also high, the probability of us having a lot, let me say, very high waves, which will make the ocean surface bumpy even as they navigate, is high. As I speak to you right now, we are having high waves in our waters. You know, locally, we have agreed thresholds that makes us say the sea surface is rough, is calm, or dangerous. Locally, when we are having significant wave height and tides of, let's say, less than 1.5 meters, we say, when we have significant wave height or wave height of, let's say, from 0 meters up to 1.4 meters, and tides of less than, let's say, 1.5 meters, we say, the ocean sea, or we conclude per the agreement we have with our stakeholders, the ocean surface is calm. When we have wave heights of 1.5 to 2.4 meters, we say the ocean surface or the state of the sea is going to be rough. Beyond 2.4, the state of the sea is going to be dangerous.
A report by Mohammed Nurudeen.